This is KOFA Yuma on 94.7 FM, online at kofaborderradio.org, and on the KOFA app, a listener-supported service of Arizona Western College since 1970. Thank you for listening. What's Up Yuma is next. It's 10 o'clock.
If you're not going to be at your radio, you can still listen to your favorite programs. Download the KAWC KOFA app from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store. Stream us online at kawc.org or borderradioaz.org, or ask your smart device to play KAWC or KOFA.
What's up, Yuma? I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's program, we are going to be joined by two guests.
Woo.
First, we have Justin Patane from Desert Elite Basketball, and he also does the Friday Night Munchies.
Oh my gosh, he does?
Yeah, and he has a
didn't know
gym
that.
for basketball called The Lab. And
he's busy.
Yeah, busy guy. And another busy person, Gladys, Anya from the Arizona Western College Foundation. She's going to be here and
she's talking about the Schoolhouse Soiree they do here at AWC.
I don't even know what that word means, so she's going to have to tell me.
I think it's
what
French. I could be wrong.
Well, we're going to find out. So stay with us for What's Up Yuma Radio, beginning right now on KOFA 94.7 FM.
And streaming now online through the KAWC YouTube and Border Radio Facebook pages. And send us an email to whatsupyumaradio@kawc.org.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.
Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Up Yuma radio show. I'm Johnny.
And I'm Ronnie.
And on today's episode, we are joined by somebody who I've known for quite a long time, and he's always active with kids, and he has a big mission and a big heart. And he continues to expand, and he does a lot for this community. And I'm talking about Justin Patane. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And so I was going over the questions and stuff I was going to ask you. You're originally from Yuma, or?
Yeah, I've been out here forever.
Yeah, so
You've never left?
I left for a little bit. But
get closer to that mic real
Or pull
quick
it
for
to
me, or
you.
bring it. Yeah,
We have to tell everybody that.
yeah, it's all right.
there we go. Is that better?
Yeah,
Yeah, just be like right on it.
yeah, you're good.
Anyways.
So originally, or just moved here as a kid, but like Yuma's your home.
No, Yuma's home. Yuma's home. I've been out here forever. Left school and all that other good stuff, and then came back. And I like it. It's slow, and it's good place for the kids.
You know, it is it's a good place and a good pace. When you said slow, I believe it's like with me, people, I was trying to be a rapper, and everybody would say, go move to LA. You got to go to LA, or at least go to Phoenix, or, go to Seattle. And I was like, no, I like it here. I'd rather make a name for myself here and be a big fish in a small pond than go over there and try to be the small fish in a big pond, right?
Yeah.
Is that similar to what you were kind of?
No, my sisters all live out there, family. I'm out there all the time, spent my summers out there. And I don't know, I just like it slow. I like to be able to go wherever I want in 15 minutes, at the worst.
Yeah, that's a good slow. Yeah, absolutely. And I was just thinking about it. Did your dad own the Vans place?
Yeah,
that's what I was. Yeah, I was pretty sure I knew your sister back in the day. I forget her name.
Aaron or Katie, one of the two.
I forget, but I remember I was like, oh yeah, she with the Kayla's Vans. Was it Kayla's Vans?
Yep. Yeah.
So shout out to Kayla's Vans if anybody remembers that.
Old school. Yeah, we bought it from when it was in the Palm Plaza. I don't even remember that. Next to the old Chili Pepper.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Chili Pepper moved over to the new spot, and then we moved it with them.
Oh, gotcha.
Right next to it, yeah.
Cool.
There's nothing there in that little spot now. I think it's maybe offices or something, but that's
was
where
you.
we were. Yeah.
Yeah, so you probably a staple in the community for quite some time. That's where I got Vans. That's where I went school shopping back to school and I got my Vans. I remember the Vans that I got. So
yeah, so it got a little harder for us to buy as like a local company once like Dillard's and all all those spots started moving in.
Oh yeah,
and you had to buy a certain amount, and we just couldn't.
Oh, to be able to keep the
account.
Cost down.
No, the account.
Oh,
yeah, buy a certain amount to keep the account. Yeah.
Who knew?
And we couldn't. match it. So
Yeah, so we didn't talk about didn't come here to talk about that, but I just I was just thinking, I remember getting shoes there, going to Isla Vista.
A lot of people. Hey, your dad. Yeah, that was my dad.
Yep.
Yeah, and so what we came to talk about is your passion for basketball and using basketball as a way to keep kids off of the streets,
Well, that
keep
was
them
also from my
occupied.
dad.
That was from your dad too?
Yeah.
Explain a little bit about that.
So back when I was growing up, there wasn't really any travel basketball or AAU basketball. So if you wanted to get out of town to play basketball, you either had to be in Phoenix and play for your ABCD Adidas team, or you could play for the Boys and Girls Clubs.
Okay.
And travel and play all the other Boys and Girls Clubs. So my dad, he started up the Boys and Girls Club team.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me and my friends, and we
Where would you travel to, like Phoenix?
more California and Vegas.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Tucson once, Phoenix maybe once, but Vegas and California were like the big.
Was
the
it
big
fun?
ones. Absolutely. Yeah. Me and my friends that were on that team, we still talk and we're still
Wow.
close, and we still talk about that stuff. Just the trips and goofing around and sneaking out in Vegas. Walking up and down the stairs.
Wait, how old are you?
Yeah,
We were
that sounds
probably
fun.
14, 15.
Oh my God, running around Vegas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Collecting the cards. If you know, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
like,
We're
this
not
is
going to
so
talk.
bad.
We're not going to talk about the cards. But so your dad, an influence, he
Absolutely.
saw an opportunity, he saw a need, and said, "You know what? I got to create this for
Yeah.
my kids." And he did that, and so that gave you a model. Like if he could do it, I could do it too.
Yeah, I never really thought about it. I didn't want the responsibility, honestly, but then when my boy started getting to that age of wanting to take sports competitively, and there was nothing offered here in town other than the rec leagues, which is fine,
Yeah.
but
And you
my
did
boys-
rec league stuff, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
do all that stuff, but they wanted to take it to another level, and there was really nobody here in town that specialized in their age. At the time, it was fourth grade.
Okay.
So me and a few other guys, one Dennis Ponder over at Cibola. He's no longer there now, but he was the head coach at Cibola. Tony Stanley over at Planet X. I don't know if you guys know that spot.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then Daryl Coleman. We started it up, and we went for a long run. Then the kids started going to high school and started splitting up, and
So is that the long run you're talking about? Desert Elite,
Yeah.
like that? That's
Okay, so
Desert
that's
Elite.
what you started.
So that's what you started, Desert Elite,
about 2017, 2016 around
Okay.
there.
around there, and is with some other dads that
Yes.
also wanted to get their kids playing basketball, get them active, or coaches that saw some opportunity. So that's correct.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And we mainly, like I said, it was us four dads. Hey, let's get these guys going, and we invited some other friends, and that's how it started, man. And here we are, almost 10 years later.
So it's still the Desert Elite is still going strong.
Absolutely.
And how
yeah.
many people are involved? Or how many kids, I guess? I should
Kids? As far as the travel team, I would say about 30.
say. Oh, okay.
And then between like just the classes that I teach and other stuff like that, almost 50 kids.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
it's busy.
It grew
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. I didn't understand the need for basketball here in Yuma until we started doing this and getting phone calls and emails and DMs. Hey, my kid wants to play basketball, and they'll come check it out. And I have kids who have been with me since. I have one kid. He's a senior this year. He's been with me since the third grade.
Wow.
Wow.
I love
so-
that.
Yeah, that's.
And so, do you once they get older, do you help them look for opportunities to further it?
That's our main goal.
Yeah, you
That's our
like
main
okay,
goal.
maybe colleges,
Yeah.
some scouts, some places to
Okay.
play, some ways to get scholarships. So
That's what we do as far as putting them out there for people to see. This 3 weeks ago, it was a live. It's what's called live period, where coaches come and watch you play.
Okay.
And that was out in Vegas, and all three of my teams. The older kids, they won the entire thing. They went undefeated.
Wow.
And then my sophomores and juniors, who are now just starting their senior year, they went 4-1. And then all my freshmen, they went 2-2.
So
Okay.
are these older kids that play with you, are they also playing at their high schools?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
once
like a
high
bunch
school
of
season
stuff.
starts,
Yeah.
they take a break with me
Okay.
for those 3-4 months, whatever it is, and then they'll come back once everything's over.
Got it.
Yeah, they're not allowed to play basketball for anybody else once basketball season's going on.
Wow.
It's a
like
that's a rule for the
it's
school.
an
That's
AIA.
yeah.
No, it's a Arizona rule.
So
It's like that nationwide, but in Arizona it's called the AIA that runs the stuff like that.
So when you created this league, you created it also knowing that you're going to be able to help these kids find other opportunities once they age out, or
that was the whole point.
That was the whole point from the beginning. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not just okay, you're going to get them off the streets, get them active, but there's a bigger goal.
Yeah, we want you to see there's more to life than Yuma. If you choose Yuma, it's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you don't want to be here, here's options. We can get you different places. And it's not even basketball. Like, I've got a kid in college right now for wrestling. I've got multiple kids in school right now for football. So we teach you just, how to be responsible.
you're teaching life skills.
Yeah, life skills. Take care of your body, stay in school,
Be healthy.
work hard, all that kind of stuff. And opportunities will come.
Yeah.
And then it's up to you after that to jump on
We
it.
can only take you so far.
and that's what sports does. It does help teach these kids these life lessons, and you're also teaching them to look to the future and to take care of now because the future is important.
It's real team building skills. Yeah.
You have to work together.
Yeah.
That's, unless, you're a wrestler, then you don't have to worry about anybody else.
But you're still part of your wrestling team.
but-
You still carry each other.
You know, it's funny when I interview wrestlers and boxers say the same thing. Well, it's just me that I like it. It's just me. Like they have that attitude. It's just me. It's
But it's not.
But
They have their coaches.
Yeah, well, they have their coach, but
Trainers.
when it's in when they're in the
But when they're in the ring, it's them.
Oh, yeah. It's all you, buddy.
where coach ain't showing up for Romeo. No.
Yeah, exactly. So like as far as basketball, you can cheat a little bit and take a play off here and there.
Yeah.
So that's when you have teammates you got to trust. And you got to depend on them to, hey, if I'm not feeling the best today, you got to pick up the slack for me. And that's going to be life.
Yeah.
So not always going to have.
You started this. How were you able to fund it, right? Like, did you guys all put in money originally to be able to do it? Did you have a plan for that? What was the original basis? And then how did it grow?
So originally it was, hey, let's just do this. We'll all split the cost. However many kids go to the tournament, that's how we'll do it.
Because
split the cost.
and tell us real quick on that. There's cost. Break that down and then get back to that. The cost to take them because it costs money to travel, right?
You got to get a rental cars if we don't have the van big enough. You got to get gas, you got hotels. There's food, and it's not cheap. Then the tournament, depending on where you go, it could be $300-$400 all the way up to $800-$900, $1,000.
Yeah.
That's the live periods where they have the coaches and the promises and all the spotlights are on and all that stuff. Those are the expensive tournaments. We try to go to 2 of those a year, and I'm trying to cover as much cost for the kids as possible.
So in the early days, that's what it was. So you're going to put the money together, figure out the finances. We're going to do this, and we're going to get as many kids to these tournaments as possible. But then, right, the more kids come in, the more you're going to have to make, correct?
Yeah, because we have not just one team. Now I've got 4 or 5 teams.
Oh, wow.
That's 4 or 5 tourney costs. It's
Yeah.
It adds up very, very fast. And I have kids, some parents aren't available to take them on the weekend, but I don't want them to miss the tournament, so I'll get you a ride.
Wow.
Now it's 4 or 5 kids that need a ride. Okay, well, I got to rent a van.
Yep.
Like, what did I do?
It's a snowball effect. Yeah. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Exactly.
I don't want the kids to miss out.
Yep.
Hey, if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. We have stuff for that.
Yeah.
That's where the fundraising and all that kind of stuff.
So then let's talk about the fundraising, the early days of fundraising. What did that look like? When you figured out, like, we're going to need to make some money, I got to go to the community and say, this is what our mission is. What did that look like?
So our very first fundraiser was Krispy Kreme.
Okay, yeah.
Went up to Krispy Kreme, bought a whole bunch of boxes, and the kids hustled them off.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Double the cost.
Yeah, and we bought jerseys with that.
Wow.
Backpacks, some of the backpacks and stuff, and that's where it started. And then it was, Dad, we want to go to the Nike tournament. All right, where is it at? It's in Seattle. Man, what the heck?
Yeah, that's
all right. So
that's quite a distance from you. Yeah. Anywhere else you want to go?
Yeah,
It's like
what's
Paris.
wrong with
Paris. Yeah,
what's
exactly.
wrong with
Yeah.
Phoenix?
Let's go to.
So, the wheel started spinning.
Okay. So that again, a need was presented. This is like, I want to do this, and he had a dream, like, I want to go there. And you said is the Nike tournament?
Nike Tournament of Roses.
Okay.
It's like the big national AAU tournament held in Seattle.
So is that where the bake
No,
sale
I'm sorry.
started?
I'm sorry. It was held in Portland.
Okay.
Okay.
It was held in Portland.
Still, it's
Okay,
far
yeah.
away. Yeah.
But we ended up driving up to Seattle. And hanging
Okay,
out.
so that's
Okay.
that
Yeah.
because okay, go ahead. But it happened
so
in
yeah,
Portland.
so we're like, how are we gonna raise this? We have like, I think it was 15, 16 kids.
Wow.
Me and my wife were out in California, and we go to this little festival, and I'm like, hey, this is what it is.
Yeah,
right here.
something
The light-
sparks.
The light
Something-
went off.
The
and
light
I'm like,
goes off. And
yeah, we can do this. We can do this in Yuma. We can raise the money for the kids, and this is what it's gonna be. So that's.
So, and we'll get to what that name is,
Oh,
what
okay.
you started,
I see.
you know, because you went to this festival, and what was it about the festival that you saw that you could do that though? Like before we get to what you started, what
Yeah,
was
what was
it
the
about that? Like
factor?
how did you see that you could
Yeah.
do that? Just because you know you can create, you can make things happen.
No, so micheladas are huge in Yuma, right? Lowriders, another big deal in Yuma.
yeah.
You know, Mexican culture, big in Yuma. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, we can copy this.
So you saw, you know, there's an opportunity here because lowrider shows are huge,
They're
right?
all over.
I
Yeah.
love hosting. They're my favorite to host is lowrider shows. Absolutely,
Yeah.
like they're
love
old
that.
school with the funk music and
Yeah.
the Lisa and all that stuff. That is my absolute favorite because the crowd is amazing.
Yeah.
Everybody's family.
Everybody's
Yeah.
family, and it's like it's the absolute best. So with that, we are going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk about the event that you created, how you created it, and how it turned out. You know, so we're going to get to that right after a quick break, right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. Specializing in residential and commercial wiring, services also include EV charging unit installs and solar-ready service panel upgrades. Information and consultation appointments at yumaelectricservicellc.com.
Good morning. This is Cecilia Hollins-Braithwaite from the KAWC Newsroom. There's an extreme heat warning in effect for Yuma as afternoon highs climb up to about 115 degrees today. Even our low is hot at 85 degrees, and there are some light winds out of the southwest, bringing the ozone level a little high. In Hiroshima, Japan, survivors fear rising nuclear threat on the 80th anniversary of the atomic bombing. Today also marks the 60th anniversary of the Voting Rights Act. Details at KAWC.org.
The KAWC Student Newsroom is funded by the Local News Initiative at the Community Foundation for Southern Arizona, the Scripps Howard Fund, and by generous local support. Thank you for supporting the next generation of public media. Learn more about the project and hear stories from emerging journalists at kawc.org/student newsroom.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Yuma radio show. And we are here with Justin Patane, and we're talking about basketball and how he uses that as a tool to keep kids off of the street, into something active, and then giving them a little bit more than just basketball because they have hopes for the future and then maybe take it as a career. But before we left, we talked about going to this event in Portland where your son wanted to go, and you said you needed to raise some money. And we teased it. It was the Michelada Fest, right? That's
Yeah.
the first thing you did. Explain a little bit about that.
Best in the West Michelada Fest. It was an event here we brought to Yuma, first of its kind. We did it down at that park off of 1st Street and 4th Ave. I can't remember what it's called. Heritage?
I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know parks.
Yeah.
Talon, we get look into that for us, a fact checker.
What is it?
Yeah.
I have no idea what it's called, but they were great. Terry was the one who runs it. She was so nice. Helped me with everything. Did everything we needed to do. Insurance, liquor license,
Wow.
all that kind of good stuff. And
The Crossing. It was a Crossing Heritage area.
Crossing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where it was, and it was madness. It was so
Like bad madness?
Yeah.
both. Like it was so much fun.
Like chaos.
Yeah, it was. I mean, but
I remember the
so many people. I was not expecting.
I didn't get to make it to that one, but I do remember watching because I've known you, since the days of the Standard, and I remember all the comments. So like there was not enough bathrooms. I couldn't get drinks. There was like all this negativity.
It was too busy.
Yeah, it was too big.
Busy.
It was too big.
It was bigger than you thought.
I ever thought it was gonna be. I was like, okay, if we can get like 1,000 people, I'll be so happy. I mean, we'll be good. Cover all of our costs. And we'll make a bunch of money for the kids.
That was the goal.
And it was
like 5,000.
we were like triple, like about 3,000 people.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
But that's cool though.
Yeah, the beer lines were ridiculous. And I mean, we had complaints, but it was our first time. We were getting our feet wet. We didn't understand what we were doing.
Exactly.
And it happens. I appreciate the community for coming through the way they did and supporting. It was out of control, and I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
And so that one, Baby Bash was there.
Yeah,
you
Baby Bash.
Baby Bash, big artist known here. You were able to bring in people. Did go. They supported. So you did make enough money to make it to that Portland trip.
16, 17 kids, 4 or 5 coaches. Everything was paid for.
Sweet.
Everything was paid for. That's
Goal
beautiful,
match.
right?
Yeah. Most of the kids, first time ever on an airplane.
Aww.
So that was cool.
And how cool for you to see that.
Yeah,
like,
we
they're
went
so
up
excited.
Yeah, they were nervous. They were nervous, But we took them up to Oregon. We played, ate good. We had an Airbnb. Kids were going crazy all night, driving us crazy. It was just a great time. The kids still talk about it. They still talk about it to this day. They're some are sophomores in college, and they're still talking about it. We went up to Seattle and did Pike's Place, and we took them on tours of Oregon, the Ducks.
Oh yeah. Okay.
One of my kids ended up getting a full ride to Oregon to play football. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was a full circle moment right there.
Yeah. Oh,
really
that's
cool.
beautiful.
Yeah. And then we took them on a school tour for the Oregon State. Man, I can't remember what their name is.
It's all right.
But we did the full school tour, and they showed us their robotics and engineering and everything. Oregon, they were just like, hey, this is our sports, and this is what we do.
This is what we do. Yeah.
Well, the Oregon school, they're like, hey, we actually concentrate on, academics and athletics.
So you take them on this, they have a great time. Now you have something to like hold up now though, because it's like, okay, what are we going to do next year?
Yeah.
But something happened the following year.
COVID hit. COVID hit, derailed everything. It made it really hard to fundraise. So we had to come up with a different way to raise some money, and then through a good friend of mine, he hooked us up at Walmart. Allowed us to sit outside and sell baked goods at Walmart. So we did that. We did that almost every Saturday to raise money to go to tournaments or, do whatever it is, gym fees. And, we had to rent the gym. We didn't have nowhere to practice, so we'd rent the gym. And, all that stuff, it just adds up.
Yeah.
And, one night we were doing a bake sale, and we were like, hey, we saw an opportunity and did the bake sale. And then I said, you know what? Let's try our own market.
Because you were at a market, you saw it, and then you're a man of ideas and the way to solve problems, and you said, I could do this. You're like the same thing you did at the
Michelada Fest.
Michelada Fest, and you said, I could do this. And how did that turn out?
Another wildfire. I was like,
you're like copying these ideas, trying them out, but then you're making them better. That's how it goes.
That's exactly how it goes.
Yes.
It's trial by fire.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. You've got to go in there. You got to get burnt up, and it burns away all the stuff that's not going to make it to the next move.
And then you got to change.
But you got to do it.
And I was just like, it was just supposed to be a one-time thing, and the vendors loved it so much. They loved the way I ran it. They're like, hey, let's do this. So then once every other week. And then it became every week, and then it just exploded, to where it was, every week, thousands of people were coming through the event, and, vendors, everybody's happy. And then, so it's been really good. And from that, we were able to open up our own private gym. And not necessarily private, but like it's our own court.
Yep.
My kids can go and play basketball anytime they want.
So
That's
and then
so cool.
and what we're talking about is Friday night Munchies.
Right.
That's a thing. A lot of people heard about it. And so that's not just something you did because you're an entrepreneur. That's something you did to raise money to keep kids in the basketball game and to be able to provide opportunities for them.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. It's not
I
like
had
a
no
selfish.
idea.
Yeah. It's not this selfish pursuit. What it is it's a way to be able to fund this and get kids more more and more opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to sit out. I'm not out there, tooting my own horn and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what I'm here for. That's what I do.
we hype you up.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
No, I really appreciate it, dude. I love it. Seriously, I grew up playing basketball over there on the Joe Henry Optimist. Like that was my court. I was there all the time playing. I didn't take any opportunities past that, but that holds a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I mean they do great things with that building. Unfortunately, it was just out of our price range, So like I said, we had to come up with a way to figure something out.
And now you have your own court.
Yeah.
And where's that?
That's down on 3121 South Avenue B.
Okay.
It's next to the Sonic.
Yeah,
Okay.
that warehouse over there.
Yeah, that's
Got it.
yeah. One of the kids that I coach, actually the third grader that is now a senior, his dad owned the building and he gave me the opportunity and we ran with it. So
I love the connections with people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very cool.
Be good to people, they'll be good back.
That's
So,
right.
In that time, you did do another Michelada Fest, though, right?
2.
You did 2 of them. Okay. I remember the one I remember is DJ Quick. He was one of
absolutely.
my favorite artists of all time.
The random DJ.
A random DJ, guys.
It was and it was a crazy night at the after party at the Crest.
Oh, that was so
afterwards,
fun.
I think
was so
electricity
fun.
went out or something. It was like it was.
They're like,
anyway,
get out.
Yeah, but so you did 2 more, but were those successful? And why didn't you continue to do those? It was because Friday Night Munchies is too much, or can you give us an inside scoop here?
You want the truth?
Yes.
Okay, well, as long as it's
Can we
PG,
handle the truth?
yeah.
Unfortunately, Yuma is not appreciative of
Oh,
stuff like
okay,
that.
yeah, so it
they
didn't-
just
Couldn't do it anymore.
there's just too many complaints. Like,
the
why am I
complaints,
killing
yeah.
myself
Yeah.
if
For
no
the
one's going to
complaints.
appreciate it?
I understand that. That's
So
not
I
that's
just-
not bad to say that.
I was like, I'm over it.
Okay.
That's
But you have to want to do it.
But it
Yeah.
served
You
its
didn't wanna do it
purpose. It
anymore.
had
Yeah.
its time, right? It
Yeah,
did
absolutely.
what it needed to do. It
Absolutely.
catapulted you to the next
That's
thing.
right.
Fortunately, Munchies was able to replace it, and it's a lot less stressful. And, people have no idea how
Yeah.
hard it is to throw an event.
Oh,
you know,
I can
I
imagine.
do.
It's
I
not
put
fun.
on hundreds
Yeah.
of events.
You know,
like
Like
yeah.
when we went to the fight, the MMA
Yeah.
fight, just watching Chance walk around, like he was just like, oh, because he was like, he is in his own zone
he was
right
in his
now.
zone. He was in his zone.
Yeah.
There's so much you have
Yeah.
to do. People,
behind the scenes, there's
Yeah.
so much behind the scenes stuff that you have to take care of.
Yeah.
So much red tape, and
Yeah.
you got to make sure all your ducks are in a row and all that kind of stuff. And if people complain for
fun.
$20, and you're like, you spent that this morning at Starbucks. What do you?
Yeah,
you mad
right.
at
Like,
me?
yeah,
They
you know,
do it in an event.
yeah,
you
you
know?
get to have this whole experience, and
Everybody
you were able to
complains.
bring people like DJ Quick here, which is absolute
Yeah.
legend in the
MB Riders.
Yeah, MB.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was okay. Yeah,
Baby
I
Bash.
remember that. Yeah, that okay. I remember the MB Riders. Yeah.
Okay.
That one was a fun one too. That was at the fairgrounds. Eric over there is great to work with. It was a really cool event.
Well,
That one gave me a little bit of like, okay, I could do this again. And then I was like, nah, never mind.
So did you come up with the name, the Munchies name?
Yeah, Friday Night Munchies.
That's great.
It's a ripoff of another. But it's my cousins
I
out there
am
in LA
learning that
doing it.
about you
Yeah,
today.
no.
My cousins out there, you know what I mean? And I told them, hey, I'm going to use your name. They're like, all right, cool, go for it.
Yeah.
Spread the word.
So,
yeah. That's okay.
Yeah, well, there's a What's Up Tucson. So
Is
yeah,
there really?
yeah, there's a What's Up Tucson. So it's like, I'm not
Why
gonna
not?
lie, right? Why not?
Yeah,
And
I mean, look,
That's
check
funny.
this out.
I
And-
see an idea and it's great. I'm not going to
taking
hate
it.
on you. I'm going to try to use it here in my little hometown.
Yeah,
I'm trying to
exactly.
bring big city stuff to Yuma.
Yeah.
That's
So
basically
it's actually
what it
like
is.
a compliment. To
Yeah,
that
it's
person.
a compliment to them.
compliment.
Absolutely, it's a compliment to them. And
Yeah.
somebody just reached out to me, somebody that I went to high school with. He said my son is getting into these things, and he wants to know if he could use the name "What's Up Maricopa."
Right.
Like, can I
Yeah.
do that? And I said, absolutely,
Yeah.
run with that. Do what
Yeah.
you know.
You don't have a
But
monopoly on it,
but
yeah.
he wanted like permission or
Yeah.
whatever. And I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
But he saw what I was doing. I said, hey, let it run. If your son has any questions, hit me up.
Cool.
Yeah. That's how it's got to be, man. You can't.
Yeah.
Don't be a gatekeeper. I don't know.
No. Yeah.
Don't be a hog.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to bring different
Mm-hmm.
ideas and stuff like that. And it's all
You're
community
doing great.
driven.
You're just not in the
so-
customer service field, but you like putting on the event. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I'm-
just don't like dealing with the negativity.
It's not
But
necessarily
that's-
negativity
yeah.
because you gotta have that in order to grow, right? You gotta
Yes.
have that in order to learn and become
Yeah,
better and
feedback.
better. But when you're doing as much as you're doing and somebody's like, oh, they just had a random DJ And it's like, DJ
Random.
Quick.
Yeah, so
Like,
that's what they
he's
said about DJ Quick. Because
Oh.
he's not a DJ Quick is not a DJ. He's not a DJ. He's a rapper, but
That's
he goes
his
by
stage
DJ Quick. Yeah, that's his stage name.
Got
And
it.
so people thought he was a random DJ. But before we close this segment, tell us a little bit about the lab, what you got going on over there.
We do leagues. I do classes. You can sign up for memberships there. You know, all that good stuff. It's open to the public 24/7, unless I have basketball classes going on. Then you
Okay.
can't use the court. But the weight room and all that other stuff is wide open. We have treadmills. We have stair climbers. I mean, we have everything. It's it's a complete gym. We have
The name is so cool too. The lab.
yeah. You got to get in it right to create. So
Yeah, I like
That's-
that a lot.
that's where we're at with that.
So what are the age ranges for the people that want to have kids that
I
want to
have
get involved?
6 years old all the way up to 26-year-olds that I
Wow.
train.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
My classes though are mainly from kindergarten to 8th grade. You know, those are my classes. Bulk of my kids are that age range. Besides my travel kids who are the, freshmen, JV, and varsity guys.
And it definitely takes somebody special to work with kids so young, 5-year-old,
I have-
getting on the court,
Yeah.
dribbling and like, hey, there's the basket you got to get to.
An hour, 45 minutes to an hour is where you want to keep it at. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
right
that's
They're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
done after that
Absolutely.
anyways. Like they're like, I
Yeah.
want to go home now.
You can keep that, interest for that long, but
Yeah.
anything after that, they start zoning out.
Yeah, I bet, man.
Yeah,
I
just
bet.
go sit down.
They're like, I need water.
I'm over this. They'll
Yeah.
go sit down. Yeah, water break.
But it's cool that you created this place, the lab, these opportunities continued. I look at it, it's like a thread. You continue to pull
Yeah.
and pull on that thread
Okay, yeah.
as things start to develop, and then you followed the path. And this is your path, and this is what you're able to give to this community.
Yeah.
And I think it's great, man. So
Yeah,
we're going to
you're
big up you
awesome.
on these things.
I
So
appreciate you guys. Thank you.
You're a
Appreciate
fun
it. Thank you.
guest.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And as you grow, we'll have you back on,
Yeah.
and maybe
Yeah, I mean, I got a whole bunch of other stuff, that we
You're
do.
an entrepreneur. I can tell you.
Yeah, he's showing the shirt right now. So the shirt. We'll talk about the
Yeah.
Chicano brand and
Okay.
everything that has really, really cool stuff you're doing with that. So
Bring
we'll
us
talk
some
about
shirts
that.
next time.
Yeah,
I
that's-
love free
would've-
stuff.
I would have
Got you.
talked about it if he brought me a shirt.
I
That's
got
what I
you.
would have
All right, look.
You got to grease the wheels with Johnny.
Your shirt.
Yeah.
I got your shirt.
Yeah,
Just have
yeah.
us on next time.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Justin.
Thanks,
Appreciate you.
Justin.
Thank you for coming on. We'll keep up with you. And with that, we are going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Gladys right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
Today's day sponsor is Sonny's Bookstore at 261 South Main Street in historic downtown Yuma. A locally owned independent bookstore, Sonny's provides an array of genres and specializes in contemporary fiction, works by LGBTQIA+ authors, and literature in translation. Sonny's also hosts events, book clubs, and community building workshops.
K-pop fans in Yuma, I'm Kathy, and we've got a new show for you, K-pop for Border. Join me at 94.7 FM Kofa, Wednesday nights at 7. I'll tell you more about Run Seok-jin's live event in Yuma. Huntrix and Saja Boys from K-pop Demon Hunters will be playing, and we'll hear from Blackpink's latest. You can also find K-pop for Border on Facebook and Instagram.
The Yuma County Library District provides activities and resources at its branches for people of all ages. Events include story time, citizenship classes, bilingual programs, crafts, author talks, and more. For more information about the activities and calendar of events, plus other in-person and online resources, visit yumalibrary.org.
For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon. Troops have been sent to the border in a national defense area southeast of Yuma. Officials with the U.S. Northern Command this week announced that Joint Task Force Southern Border Service members are responsible for operations in the Yuma National Defense Area. Operations include patrolling, temporary detention of unauthorized personnel, maintenance, construction, and the upgrade of existing and planned border barriers. The defense area covers 32 miles of land next to the Berry Goldwater Range. It's now part of the Marine Corps Air Station Yuma. The Joint Task Force provides Department of Defense support to the Department of Homeland Security. Since April, the Department of Defense established 2 other national defense areas in Texas and New Mexico. For KAWC News in Yuma, I'm Victor Calderon.
AWC's Small Business Development Center will host a business pitch competition on September 10th at its location on Redondo Center Drive. Plan, Pitch, and Prosper 2025 will offer a Shark Tank-style competition for individuals who wish to showcase their ventures. Information is at azwestern.edu/SBDC.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to the What's Up Yuma radio show. We are here. We did the first ever switch out with two guests, and thank you to the staff. You guys are amazing over there. Dave giving thumbs up and Talon. So we are here with Gladys and Laura. Was that
Yes.
is? From the Arizona Western College, which we're here right now.
So you just had to like walk
AWC.
over here?
Yeah, that was just a quick walk.
Quick walk.
So thank you guys for being with us today.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having
thank
us.
you for having us.
Excited.
So are both of you from Yuma? Do you have roots here, or you've been here for some time? Whoever wants to take the question, you go.
You
Go.
first.
Yeah,
I'm a
you
Yuma
first.
girl.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Palmcroft, Woodard, Kofa.
Okay. Oh, Kofa, there
My
we
son
go.
went to Woodard. He
There we
loved
go.
it.
It was, it's a
Yeah.
great school still. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm Yuma grown.
Oh, right
Okay.
on.
Yeah.
And then I believe Gladys, you're from. Gladys, sorry, you're from Somerton. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah, Somerton.
Yes.
I was going to get that wrong.
I'm a transplant. I got there when I was 12 years old. Originally from Garden City, Kansas. I know everyone makes that same reaction, but I've been there since I was 12, so I'm pretty much a Somerton
Yeah.
native now.
You're used to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have both of you been in the education type field? Is that where the more of that root comes from?
What's actually really funny is Gladys and I both come from like teaching and
Teaching, okay.
education.
Education, there you go.
And so somewhere along the lines, we both ended up here at AWC in the foundation and
Cool.
still working in education and serving students in a different way. And but yeah, we're both educators and we kind of transplanted into AWC in the foundation in this fun new role.
So education teachers, did you teach at local schools here? You want to give a shout out to the schools that you taught at? Any school? Yeah, there we go.
Hey, heck yeah, Crane Middle School where I started
okay.
and ended with Gila Ridge High School. So
Oh,
go Hawks.
yeah.
My kid is there now. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, my son goes to Cibola, but they can still be friends.
Okay.
Yeah, they can still get along. Yeah.
All right. What about
My
Gladys,
shout
go
out
ahead.
to Tierra del Sol in Somerton, Arizona.
Okay.
Valle del Encanto. I helped open that school, and then also Somerton Middle School. So Somerton School District.
awesome?
So you said you helped open it as an educator, or?
At that point, I was the reading coach for the school.
Oh, okay.
Very neat.
So then, both of you have that same kind of career path in education, and you seem like you're best of friends right over here. Like it seems like
hang
you
out
guys
all
get
the
along.
time?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You know.
Yeah, we
do.
5 years?
Yeah.
6 years?
Oh, okay.
Now, yeah.
And so, how did you end up over here at AWC?
Well, for me, I was actually doing the alternative program at the Somerton Middle School, and I had seen that they were going to bring in ASU Yuma at the college, and one of my former goals was to get my PhD from ASU because that's where I get my undergrad, but I stumbled upon this position at the foundation, and I was reading it, and I thought, this is really cool. Like, I do all of that. My friend was like, Gladys, you already do all of this with ASU alumni.
Yeah.
Just apply and do it for AWC, and it's going to be like, it's a perfect match.
Yeah.
So all the qualifications you had that was already there. So you saw this opportunity and got the little prompt, and you took it.
I took it. I went for it. I applied and cried on my first day coming to work because I was used to being home when my kids would go to school, and I would be home when they would get back home.
I
and
totally relate.
this was a whole different 7 to 5. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Monday through Thursday? What? But it's worked out, and I'm
We adjust.
on my 10th year.
Yeah,
Yes.
you adjusted. I had
sure.
my daughter's pre-K orientation today. My last baby. I know she's excited. I'm like, don't leave me. So I get it, but it's a transition. It's time to
sure.
go into a new phase. So how did you end up at the foundation?
It's kind of funny. One of my kind of missions personally, since I've been at the foundation, is to help people know who we are and what we do. When I applied for the job, and I tell this to everybody, I saw it. I was like, this looks really cool, but what the heck is the foundation?
So
I don't even know where I'm going to go work.
So that's a question I had right away. when I got the message
you're
on
like,
Instagram,
Yeah.
and she had mentioned Victor, I said, Victor, what's going on? What's the AWC Foundation? Who am I? Like, I didn't
Who
know.
are these people?
Like, I didn't know. Shout out to AWC for letting us use this here. But
Yes,
what
we
the
love you.
foundation? So your mission was to let people know what the foundation is, but you had to learn what the foundation is.
I did. And it's amazing. Our goal is to really support anything and everything AWC and AWC related, whether
Got
you're
it.
here, South County, La Paz. We support scholarships. Last year we distributed $400,000 in scholarships.
Holy moly.
To students here and students transferring. We raise funds for all sorts of different programs. We also support funds for KAWC.
Oh, there we go.
So thank you, ladies.
Yeah.
Good job.
So-
Thank you. Keep it up.
Now we just love you so much.
Exactly. So we get to come back again.
Yes, always.
All the time. The door's always open. But okay, so what are those means? How do you raise the money? What's some of those ways that you do that?
Well, we have some amazing donors and just community support. You guys know Yuma is huge with philanthropy.
Yes.
We have an incredible community that gives and gives.
We do.
Yeah.
We really do. And that's why I'm able to do this show, because there's
Yeah.
so many people. They're like, you're going to run out of guests. I'm like, no,
no.
this is Yuma. You don't understand. We stick together and we help each other.
Do.
That's right.
We do, and we also get grants, and we do fundraisers. We have a signature fundraising event every year, and while it is our fundraiser, the Schoolhouse Soiree, it really is about celebrating the Hall of Fame, and the AWC Hall of Fame has been around, Gladys, since
I want to say 12 years now.
yeah.
I think 12
And,
13 years.
and so the community can nominate members, and I'm excited because we're going to open our nomination window again, and we have a committee that reviews the nominations, and we are super excited this year. It's Maria Chavoya and Moses Camarena, and so we'll be celebrating them on October 3rd and everything they've done. And I know Gladys can speak to their history more, but Maria has a huge background and started in news and the newspaper industry. So she's
Oh, wow.
been
Okay.
transformational in Yuma.
Awesome.
Do you want to give us a little bit more in depth of who
have
they
a
are?
fly.
Sorry, yeah, there's a fly in here, so I'm going to be doing
It
this
is
thing.
bugging us
so
all
it's-
day.
yeah.
So with Maria Chavoya, she's actually a AWC district governing board member. She's been on our board, I think, since 2011. But she actually started the Bajo el Sol, which is the Spanish version of the Yuma Sun.
Oh, okay.
This
So
was- I don't remember what year she told me, but she spoke Spanish, obviously, when she was there at, I think, doing customer service or circulation. And they were like, well, you want a Spanish newspaper? Well, go do it. And she's like,
Okay.
I'm not qualified. I don't have, what are you talking
again,
about?
we go back to that trial by fire,
Yeah.
right? That's
Let's
just the way
just try
things.
it.
Yeah.
Let's
So
see what
she's one of
happens.
those that was able to. Okay, I don't know, but okay.
But I'll do it. And she's
Yeah,
like,
okay.
challenge accepted. So she was able to get a few of her friends and family members to help her just, what kind of stories do we want to put? You do the translation, I'll get the images, and we'll figure it out. And it's still standing strong today.
And then who was the other one that you mentioned?
Moses Camarena, he was a advisor, the first wrestling coach for AWC. He actually worked at AWC for 42 years, I
Oh,
believe,
okay.
in various capacities, but he's very known. And if you mention Moses to anyone that's here from that came to school here, they know who he is.
They'll know him. So, and these are the two people that are nominated, or these are the two people that made it? And how does that work?
They go ahead.
Yeah, well, these are the two people that made it, and the Hall of Fame is designed to recognize members of our community that have supported education in any capacity, whether it's primary, elementary, and all the way through AWC. And so we have a window every year that opens up, and people go online to our website and they put together a nomination. I mean, Maria's done all of these things, and that goes to committee, and then the committee votes and forwards our recommendations to Dr. Kaur, president of AWC, and then from there, the final people are selected, and then 8 months later, we celebrate them at the Schoolhouse Soiree.
Awesome. So they're the guests of honor.
They are the guests of honor. Yes.
And then, how long have you said that it's been going on? And has the foundation always been the one to handle that?
We have been. We've been since its inception. The foundation has handled it, but the Schoolhouse Soiree has really been. I give credit where credit's due. A brainchild of Gladys and the team with her leadership. Scholarship to celebrate the Hall of Fame and our students and donors in one big celebration.
Nice.
And so it brings all elements together of what the foundation does.
Awesome.
And so that's a super exciting opportunity for us to invite the community out to hear about students, to meet Moses and Maria and learn about just their history of philanthropy and work in the community.
How many people usually go?
Last year, I think we had 200.
About 280 last year. We would
Okay.
love to sell out this year at 300.
Oh, you were almost there.
We were.
Wow,
Very
you're like
close.
there.
Yes.
Okay.
So our goal is to sell out. Tickets are on sale, and the proceeds go to support different projects at AWC. Our board gets to vote on what they want the funds to support. And the first year we did this, they supported an emergency scholarship for students. So sometimes we have students come in. Life happens.
Exactly.
And it's really hard when you're a student.
Yes.
And so this fund allowed us to support students that come in with emergencies.
Yeah.
We've helped with everything from prescriptions to books and laptops and whatnot.
It's expensive.
So how does that work? Where you decide where to spend that money based on the needs, or like does the board say, okay, we are going to support this because we see the need? Is that how it works?
Exactly.
Oh wow, I'm pretty smart. Wow, I should be on the board.
Johnny's on the board.
Yeah. Okay, how do I sign up? No.
Right? Well, we supported, there's this thing called the animatage table. It's like a virtual cadaver. And we supported that. The board said, hey, this sounds cool. They need this for this new space in the MAC over here. And
Oh, right, this building right here?
yeah, just down the hall.
Okay,
We'll
I'm
have
going to
to
go check it out.
check
We're
it
going to go
out.
look at
Oh, we're gonna have to.
We're going to take
this thing is super
a
cool.
look-see. It's a look-see, what we say in the business. A look-see. We're going to take a
It's like
look-see.
old-timey.
I don't know. I don't know.
That table, that's $85,000 to be able to purchase that, and it literally stands up like it looks like a big tablet.
Can you get a little bit closer to the mic? Sorry.
Yeah.
It's like a tablet. It stands up like this, but you can also lay it down, and it has all the different layers that you want to look through. You can look at all the organ. It's super
That
cool.
is neat.
Wow.
I'm probably, I don't know. I remember going on a science field trip back in the day where we looked at real cadavers. This would probably be way better.
I don't,
It was still cool though,
Yeah,
like to see it.
absolutely.
But this would be more like you get to like actually look and like investigate.
Well, Ronnie got dark there, so we're going to take a break and not talk about
I get
cadavers when we
morbid.
get back. So, no, we're not going to do that. But, yeah, we're going to be back with Gladys and Laura. Talk more about Arizona Western College Foundation and what they do, how they raise money, and the big soiree. And I'm going to learn what that word means.
Yes.
Coming up after the break right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
What's Up Yuma is sponsored by Sunrise Cleaning, serving the Yuma area's residential and commercial cleaning needs. Sunrise exclusively uses eco-friendly cleaning products and provides specialty services such as solar panel, carpet, and RV cleaning. More information and appointment booking at sunrisecleaningaz.com.
Here's an invitation for you to join the party here at the Retro Cocktail Hour, where the swinging sounds of the space-age bachelor pad come alive. Every week we serve up classic tiki tunes, private eye jazz, groovy bossa nova, and other incredibly strange music. I'm Daryl Brogdon. Join us for a hi-fi highball, the Retro Cocktail Hour.
Saturday evening from 7 to 9 on Border Radio KOFA.
Blood services provider Vitalant is hosting blood drives at Yuma locations throughout the summer. Donations are critical to supporting the blood supply during long holiday weekends when fewer drives are held in the community. One blood donation could save up to 3 lives. Donations of all blood types, especially O, are needed. Appointments at donors.vitalant.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to the What's Up Yuma radio show. We are talking everything AWC Foundation right here. And shout out to Victor over here. He just walked in. So
Hi, Victor.
Yeah, I think Gladys was taking pictures or something
She's
of
like,
him or
"Look at
whatever,
me."
like in the place to be. But so we talked a little bit about the mission, some of the things you do with the Hall of Fame. I want to know, what does a typical donor look like, right? And or how do you go out and get that donor? Is it just somebody that really wants to give back, somebody that finds education very important, or just explain it to me?
Well, for me, one of my roles is to go and seek out, I'm
There you go.
in the community, go to all the networking events, basically just getting to know people, see what their interests are. And if they are interested in anything with the college, supporting a program or a scholarship, I kind of connect them and say, hey, this is what we do at AWC, or these are the programs that are available. If you want to go out to lunch, let's go talk about it and figure something out.
Wine and dine.
And there's a lot of programs out here.
Yes.
There's a lot of programs. So somebody is going to be interested in this something, right?
Yeah.
There's like
You'll
going to
find
be
the right match somewhere.
You'll find it because there's so much. It was a while. Like I came over here and I actually rapped. Did a performance. I was a rapper, and I did it in the old studio years ago, in the old one. And I pointed over there, like people could see me on the radio.
You're
but
probably
if
not
they're
even going
watching,
the right way.
I don't know. No, I think I am. But anyway, it's grown so much since then. That was like maybe 13, 14 years ago. It's grown so much. So there is a lot of opportunities to be able to get those donors to be able to support a certain project, correct?
Correct. And then we also have, so there's every age that you can imagine, those are our donors. But then we have our mystery donors that we're not sure if they actually exist, but I mean, the checks come in every year.
So I think that means they exist. They
So they're
exist if
anonymous.
Yeah, more or less anonymous, and they've come across us online and reached out and said, we see what your college is doing and tell us how we can support. And a check shows up and it's like, here, it's for these students. And so during our scholarship cycle,
because not everyone wants
students.
recognition, or maybe they just are like, they have a lot of money and they're like, I want to give it to people that need it. I love that.
It's so nice to see people still giving because giving is the right thing to do.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's the best type of giving. Giving because it's and I believe I'm not going to get too spiritual, but I believe in karma. I believe it comes back. It comes back whether you write your name on the check or you don't. It comes back to you.
Or you connect somebody who might have a passion. Hey, I might not have the means, but you do, and I know you're passionate about this. So how can we help? And it's just amazing to be able to do that. And we do that for everything from the Law Enforcement Training Academy to the Cubby, which is for students in food insecurity. We support the Gem and Mineral Club, and so I mean, be on the lookout for really cool rock sales when the summers come back. Like,
I have a friend Bob who's obsessed with rocks. I'm going to tell him.
Exactly. I mean, we support everything that's AWC. So if somebody's interested in something happening at the college, we're the people to talk to get support, whether it's money, whether it's actual physical supplies. We were very lucky to help Chief Suhu and Campus PD with a donation from the Kokopah tribe when they had to get new vehicles. And so those fancy vehicles, the fancy new police cars driving around, those were a donation.
What?
Yeah.
You mean the little carts?
No.
The trucks that got out there. Yeah.
You guys got cars.
Yeah. So we facilitate that. Now, I cannot take credit for going and making that happen. I just made the magic happen behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But it's community connections. And Gladys is a rock star at that because of her connections across the community in South County. I mean, she's our go-to face, and she is.
There we go. So, but I have a mission for you guys now. I want a little cart. I need to get a little cart. So how do we get that approved?
Yes. Can we get a What's Up Yuma cart?
Hey, find somebody willing to donate it, and we'll make that happen.
That would be great. That would be cool. Yeah, I heard that. Well, I've been here only in the summers. We started in the summer, so we don't know what it's like when the students get here. So we've only been around about a month. So
we're not going to have anywhere to park. We need to meet up somewhere. Get on the cart. Come over.
You're going to love the energy on campus.
Oh, that's great.
It is awesome when they all get here.
Yeah. So one of the donations, like you said, you got some vehicles for the police department out here. You also support the law enforcement program out here, which I've been watching. I think they were still doing stuff over the summer over here. How new is that? And what do they got going on over there? Do you know?
I couldn't give you the dates on that, but I can tell you we've secured grants for like the breacher door and their equipment that they're training. And
so they got really good equipment to be able to do this in real world situations because of the foundation.
Yeah. Well, not all because of us, but we definitely do our part.
Part of it.
It's super cool. We support the Fine Arts Department and their fundraising events. We really are the vehicle. So if people have something that's near and dear, we can help connect them to that area, and then we support, making the magic happen for the students and our amazing staff and faculty.
Awesome.
Are there like any particular needs right now that seem a little bit more pressing that we need to get some fundraising for, or?
Oh, there's always needs. I wouldn't even know how to prioritize on that one.
Okay.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
With all the work the entrepreneurial college is doing, and bringing in these really cool, innovative opportunities for school and training, there's always a need there for scholarships.
Yes.
And it's more than scholarships. There's equipment. There's just a tremendous need across the board, and I think that goes with everything nowadays. It's an interesting time where people are really wanting to give back and make change, and we have that opportunity here in Yuma, whether it's with the foundation or our schools and their booster clubs, or you guys had Justin Hale on with the work that they do.
He's my landlord.
Oh, nice.
We have to say that for legal reasons.
There you go.
What did Chance call? Chance is like, more like slumlord.
No,
it was
he's not.
really funny. No, we
but
love
Chance, they know
Chance.
each other.
Yes, they're
Shut
just
up.
joking.
Yeah, so there's need everywhere. It's just that with connecting donors, there's no standard donor. It's just finding the person whose passions match up, and an opportunity to help. And if they don't, we really believe if someone comes to us and says we want to support this, and it's like we don't have that, we want to connect them with somebody else in the community that does.
Yeah.
Oh, you even go that far?
Yeah, we've got lots of great nonprofits. I can walk up onto the street and introduce anybody to anybody. I'm not shy.
Okay, I like it.
You're
I like
a
your
people
energy.
person all the way.
I raise money for a living, for Pete's sakes. I got it. Can't be shy.
Yeah.
She's not shy.
No.
We love it.
So you have an event coming up, and you're going to explain to me what that word means. Soiree. I think I'm saying it right. Am I saying it right,
it
Victor?
just means get together.
Over there, yeah, soiree.
Fancy
Yeah,
party.
it's a
Fancy party. Is it French? Have I been right?
so.
They don't know.
Do we want it to be French?
Yeah,
That's a question for Talon if he had his mic working.
Fix your mic. Anyways, go ahead.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So we have the Schoolhouse Soiree. It's on
There we go.
October 3rd,
Awesome.
2025 from 6 to 10. And it's a really neat event where obviously we invite the scholarship recipients. Any student that received a scholarship from the AWC Foundation, they get to come in free of charge.
Wow.
But the rest of the guests get to pay $100 for their ticket.
Okay.
And that ticket provides you with the first hour from 6 to 7 is the pre-event. So we're going to have a couple of student demonstrations. So we can't take the anatomage table, but we're going to have a display that looks similar to it, just so people can get the gist of like how ginormous it is.
Yeah.
We'll have like some other automotive display, just so people can interact with like the actual stuff that the students use. And it'll have facts about how the foundation has been able to support the program with their various needs. Cocktails. It's a host bar.
It's
we
a
have
party.
a
It is a
grazing
party.
table. A lot of cool interaction. We have a silent auction. Then at 7, when the doors open to the main hall, that's when the dinner starts.
Nice.
And we'll have a video from our main sponsor, which is Echo Energy Solutions. He's our presenting sponsor for the second year in a row, so we're really appreciative of that. Then we have the dinner. We'll have Dr. Kaur present the 2 Hall of Fame inductees, a short video, a little bit about them and why it's so important that we're recognizing them. They'll get recognized on stage, and then we'll have a student speaker as well. And then just a surprise video about just all the things that the foundation has been able to contribute to the college and to the community.
Is it like a black tie event?
It has
Dress
the
up?
word soiree. It's supposed to be like fancy.
So soiree. There we
A
go.
little
We
bit
got
more dressed
fancy,
up.
which. Yeah, this
still
is as
come in
fancy
your
as I
Birkenstocks.
get, though.
That's as
Can
me
I
too.
show
We're
up like
like,
this? Can I do that or no? Yeah,
We would wear
okay, I can-
pajamas if we could.
It's Yuma fancy, folks.
Yeah.
We don't expect
I
a
love that.
tuxedo, but
Yeah.
it's Yuma fancy.
It's
Okay,
so
there we
a
go.
thing.
Yeah.
Yuma fancy.
Yuma
It's still
fancy is
like
a thing.
casual. I
Right.
love that about this town.
And Yuma Fancy, I think it has to do with the ag. The people, they a lot of money in agriculture,
Yeah.
but they will show up in boots and Levi's, and they could be some of the most wealthiest people
That's
in
right.
Yuma. But it's like,
They
this
don't
is
care.
fancy. They don't care. And so that's our vibe here in Yuma.
That
so.
is
Nothing
definitely-
better than a good, comfortable pair of boots and jeans.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, say it.
And we actually have for our entertainment that night, it will be Steve Hennig and his group. Oh man, I forgot the name.
Yuma
of his group.
Jazz.
Yuma Jazz.
Yeah,
Oh,
shout out to
okay.
Steve
Yuma
Hennig.
Jazz,
He's
he
right over
was-
there in the office next to us over here.
Very
So-
good. We were able to snag him before they got the whole
Yeah.
the series that they do. He's like, well, we haven't figured out that schedule yet, so we can do this soiree.
Oh,
for
you got him.
Yes, we were able.
Awesome. So
to
how
get him in
does
there.
someone get tickets?
So we have on our foundation website, you can go to events, and it'll take you to the page where it has the tickets and then the information about the Hall of Fame inductees and just more information about that night.
Awesome.
And also like a shout out to the sponsors.
Yeah.
So we have the invitation. If where did it go?
No, it's right here.
has a
I'm sorry.
QR code.
I got your props.
He
So
wants
anywhere
to
you see
keep
that
it.
QR code, you'll be able to
QR code. There you
click
go.
on it and buy a
Oh,
ticket
okay,
for it.
great. Or they can just, see you guys
Or they
run
can
up
just
to you and be
call
like,
you.
let me buy a ticket.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Now you
Give us a
guys are
call.
absolutely famous because this show is worldwide. So all kinds of people
All
are going
over
to be
the world.
running up to you now. That's the way it goes here.
They're gonna sell out
Yeah.
for sure.
So what's it like a typical night? Is it a lot of fun? Like, is it a real party?
Dancing.
We haven't incorporated dancing yet. I know that Gladys is ready to
Well,
make
if
that
we show up,
Johnny will
Ronnie and I,
start.
I'm
There
going to
we go.
do it. I'm gonna,
He does the robot.
Yeah,
He
like
does-
all kinds of cool.
Can we get the worm going?
Yeah.
Yes, we'll do that. So what else happens?
There's dinner, drinks, a great conversation, a silent auction, and that silent
sounds
auction
fun.
comes from donors all over the community. That
Awesome.
our goal is to really put together auctions that support like downtown Yuma and South County and local businesses. We have to give back as much as we get, and so the silent auction, the just great guest speakers. It's really just a lot of camaraderie and spending time with people we don't normally get to spend time with.
You get connections, you get networking.
It sounds awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Yes, I love your school spirit.
Yes, I love the spirit, and I'm going to show up. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to wear exactly what I'm wearing right now. And I'm
you're
going to say
perfect.
those two. They said
They
we could
said
do
I
it.
could wear my
They-
checkered shirt.
Yeah,
Hey,
they-
it's button down. You're good.
Yeah,
there
it
you
does
go.
have buttons.
We'll put a
What?
little boot-
Oh, there we go. We'll do that. So thank you guys. You guys have been a lot of
you.
fun.
Yes.
We're going to have you back on. Absolutely.
Yep.
And with that, What's Up Yuma Radio is a production of KAWC Colorado River Public Media. We broadcast from the studios in the Matador Activity Center at Arizona Western College in Yuma. We want to thank our engineer, Talon Gonzalez, along with Anthony Ornelas, Juan Garcia, and Dave Reek.
And you can find out more about KAWC at kawc.org, on Facebook at KAWC Radio, and on the KAWC app. And stay tuned following our program for KOFA Midday Music.
And on tomorrow's show, we're going to have Jay Walker. If you remember Jay Walker
We
from
are.
95.1 KTTI, so that's going to be fun.
And we have Melissa Haberly. She is a new tutor in town. So we're going to have and see how she's helping out some homeschool kids.
Yeah, so we're going to keep that education
That's
flowing
right.
and that's some good radio stuff. A legend in Yuma, I think so.
All right. And you can listen to the podcast version of our program and check out past episodes at kawc.org/podcast/What's Up Yuma Radio, and email us at whatsupyumaradio@kawc.org. And thanks for my new cup.
Yeah, thank you
brought
guys
me a
for the
cup.
gifts. We appreciate
Yay,
you.
Free stuff.
What's Up Yuma with Johnny Porter is sponsored by Yuma Electric Service, LLC, serving the Yuma area for more than 25 years. YumaElectricServiceLLC.com.
Broadcasting from the Yuma campus of Arizona Western College for more than 54 years, this is Border Radio, 94.7 FM, KOFA Yuma. We also broadcast at 1320 a.m. in Yuma, at kawc.org, and on the KOFA app.
Fort Yuma Rotary and Rotary Club of Yuma are presenting the Killer Dueling Pianos on September 13th at